El Cap, the 3,200-foot granite wall that dominates the rock climbing world. You've heard about it in the news.
Finally tonight here, America Strong, the young climber who made it to the top of El Capitan. The famed El Capitan, a 3,000-foot wall of granite in Yosemite. It's called free soloing. And 31-year-old Alex Honold of Sacramento has been perfecting the ropeless climb for a decade.
You've seen movies on it.
Does it feel different to be up there without a rope?
It's obviously like much higher consequence.
People who know a little bit about climbing, they're like, oh, he's totally safe. And then people who really know exactly what he's doing are freaked out.
But did you know that you can run or day hike to the top? In a 15-mile round-trip hike, you can stand on top of the most famous climbing wall in the world. Come join me as I show you how. There's nothing quite like coming into Yosemite Valley in the early morning when you got the place to yourself. I've been here over 100 times, but it still takes my breath away. Early morning here, getting ready to go. Got that nice morning chill. Gonna go as light as I can today. And yeah, almost nobody here, so let's get to it. Usually I'm able to park over here in Camp 4, but they still got it closed for COVID, and they're doing some kind of controlled burns back here, I think, so I had to park across the street. Whew, it is chilly, so I'm trying to get a move on here. I'm one of the first ones out, heading up towards Yosemite Falls. It's 3.4 miles, and it should be straight uphill. So for me, it's always helpful when people tell me what they take in their pack. So I have 30 ounces of water, sunscreen, chapstick, toilet paper, cell phone, iodine tablets to purify water. In the back, I got some granola, external battery pack. I definitely have Gaia offline maps that I've downloaded to my cell phone, which are really helpful, especially if you're going on a longer route like I'm gonna do today. That's about it, going light. Woohoo! Woohoo! This is the part of the trail where it starts to get magical. You come around the corner, and not only can you feel some of the breeze, but you can see Upper Yosemite Falls in full force. Woohoo! It is spring and the waterfalls are in full force. I can feel the mist out here. Look at all the water coming down from Yosemite Falls. Ah, just incredible. Yosemite Falls is completely full. You can see the water just crashing down behind me. I'm getting wet here. It's a little bit breezy. It's almost like the mist trail a little bit. Absolutely spectacular. And definitely still got some uphill left to go. Look straight behind me. Of course, I'll be taking switchbacks to zigzag, but got some climbing left. So Yosemite Falls has disappeared around the corner here, and I am making my way up the switchbacks. I should be up, getting close to Yosemite Overlook here in about 1 more mile. All right, so I'm at the trail junction here, hopping over the little creek, and I'm making my way the 0.2 of a mile here over to Yosemite Falls and the Overlook. It took me about a little over an hour to get up here to the junction, and I was moving pretty good, but I would think this would be a great day hike for anybody who wants fantastic views. Definitely a good workout going straight uphill. I've climbed almost 3,000 feet, I believe, to this point. So when you come up to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls, I highly recommend you take the little narrow trail that goes down here. It's got some handrails along the way a little farther down, and this trail gets you right down on top of Upper Yosemite Falls. You can't miss it. Up on top of the Yosemite Falls Overlook, I'm gonna walk down here with my new buddy Omar and check it out. Oh, Yosemite, te amo. Not too bad of a view, huh?
How many trees are there?
Millions.
Yeah!
What's up, guys? I met Brian. He's been to almost every country in the world, and he speaks 3 different languages. He knows all the good spots. He's shown me the best spots here in Yosemite. I definitely will give this guy a subscription on YouTube. Thank you so much, Brian. It's been amazing.
How'd you like the top of Yosemite Falls?
One of the hardest hikes I've done. I've done a lot of hikes. This is one of the harder ones, but the views are worth it.
It is absolutely flowing this time of the year.
If you start early, just get through it. This is one of the best views in Yosemite.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
So I'm just leaving the top of Upper Yosemite Falls, and this is starting to answer the question that I had when I was down below, which was when I get up like I'm up right now to almost 7,000 feet, how much snow will there be? So far the snow has been pretty compact up here, which is really nice. When it's soft and fluffy, it really makes life slow going, but it is pretty hard, and so I'm just cruising right over the top of it here, making my way out towards Eagle Peak. I remember this part from before. Not some small, but some pretty decent water hazards out here. You gotta figure your way across and try to find a few logs that can take you across here and connect the snowbanks. It's been slow going here as the snow is melting and there's just water everywhere. But I am 0.3 of a mile away from Eagle Peak. And if my memory serves me right, the view should be spectacular. And the last few steps here up to Eagle Peak. Woohoo, made it. You can see Half Dome staring me straight in the face. North Dome across the way. Nobody up here, just me. What a perfect day. Eagle Peak is one of the best views in Yosemite. Not that many people get up here. It's a good shot. I mean, it's about 7 miles one way, so 14 miles minimum. Oh, so nice to get away from the people down the valley, and it is just beautiful up here. Ah, time for some breakfast here. What do we got? My favorite, my trail mix that I just load up on the bins at Winco Foods and throw them in. Almonds, raisins, banana chips, edamame, M&Ms, cashews, peanuts. Really good. All right, so it is 9:30 in the morning here. I'm coming off of Eagle Peak, making pretty good time, but still definitely have a few more miles left to go to get over to the top of El Capitan. So, got quite a few down trees up here. No one coming up here with their chainsaw. This is a ways out. Oh! 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 Gotta be careful on these logs. The snow gets packed down and it can drop off pretty good right next to it, clearly. But what's nice is when you get up and out of the valley, is that you get some parts that are fairly runnable. It's gonna be some up and some down for sure, but once you get those first 2,000 or 3,000 feet to get you up and out of the valley, it becomes a lot more manageable, I think, for the most part, especially if the snow is burned off like this section here. Nice to go light. I like these little 15-ounce flasks. They go right in the front here. Loving these on the front. They don't bounce too much. Really nice. Don't have that big bladder on the back. It's one of the amazing things that when you hike or run your way over to El Capitan is it really flattens out here up top. And the last part is even downhill towards the lookout, looking straight down over the most famous climbing wall in the world. I mean, just look how much room there is out here. I'm on the last quarter mile running out towards El Capitan, and it's just like you can fit several football fields up here, and it's nice and flat, very runnable, almost there. Should be able to peer over the ledge here. We'll see how close I can get without feeling some butterflies in my stomach. But yeah, I've been up here once before and absolutely loved it. Hopefully I've gotten a little bit less fearful of heights, because in the past I used to not like exposure that much. So hopefully I can take a pretty good look down 3,000 feet down to the valley below. Oh, it's hard not to picture Sacramento's own Alex Honnold scaling up this in free solo, right?
Eventually you find the edge.
And then kind of walking his way up as he finished his epic climb. I've seen that movie multiple times. It's just kind of the image that comes in your head. When you look straight down into the valley down below 3,000 feet. All right, here she is, the top of the most famous wall in the world, 3,000 feet straight down into the valley. I kind of feel my stomach going up in my chest a little bit here. I'm not gonna get myself right out on the ledge, but this is pretty darn good. It's amazing, imagining coming up this thing.
It's really hard for me to grasp why he wants this.
Ooh, it is straight down.
Hello, we're up here on the top of El Capitan in Yosemite. I just hiked up the like 8-ish miles here, and I'm waiting for two friends who are climbing up the main feature, the main wall on El Capitan. They've been on there this is their 3rd day on the, on the cliff and climbing up, and I'm just waiting for them. Brought them some pizza and snacks, and so we'll see if they come up.
And talk about a good friend, someone that will hike all the way up here and bring you pizza for your snack when you finish the climb of El Cap. That's pretty good. And she said that her partner and her partner's friend had been climbing for 3 straight days, and I should hang on for a few minutes in case they popped out. But I waited for about 20-30 more minutes. They didn't come. Unfortunately, there's no great way to peer down and see how far away people are with that huge drop off there. So I missed them. I'm hoping they're almost done. That sure would have been cool to see some climbers coming up and finishing their climb of El Capitan. Oh, coming up from the lookout down there, looking straight down on El Cap. I feel like I could have stayed there all day, just peering down into the valley. So I'm making my way back down here towards the top of Yosemite Falls. I'm about 14.5 miles in, so it looks like I'll be at least a 17-mile day, if not a little bit more. Been just gorgeous here. Been trying to put it on cruise control a little bit on the way back to put some good miles in. Second time of the day here at the Yosemite Falls overlook. Looking straight down, tons of water in here, and a lot more people up here in the afternoon for sure. Whew, so let the fun begin. about 3,500 feet straight down of switchbacks. All right, making it back down to the road here. I am at over 18 miles, over 6,000 feet elevation gain. Mission accomplished, lower and upper Yosemite Falls, Eagle Peak, and then looking down on the infamous El Capitan, and then straight back where I came from. What an awesome route. It's a little more challenging today than I expected with more snow up top. But yeah, I was able to make it through, not get my feet too wet. And gosh, getting up to El Capitan for the second time, just incredible up there. Hoping I would see a climber come up, didn't quite happen today, but truly one of the best hikes here in Yosemite National Park. Millions of people will stare up at El Capitan each year from the valley floor, admiring world-class climbers. You don't actually have to be a climbing god to get to the top of the most famous climbing wall in the entire world. A 15-ish mile hike of the Yosemite Falls Trail, linking it up and over to the top of El Capitan, is one of the most spectacular hikes California has to offer. I hope that this video inspires you to get outdoors, because I know that I am a happier, more peaceful, and more balanced person when I spend time in nature. If you like my travel and outdoors videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and thanks for your support as I visit every country in the world.